Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another school year here at Shikellamy. My name is Mr. Geiswhite, and I'm going to be teaching Algebra 1 this year. So what I want to do is just take a little bit of time and go through course expectations and basically just what this class is going to look like this year. So let me share my screen here with you, and we'll just go through a couple of things here. All right, so first of all, again, like I said, my name is Mr. Geiswhite, and this is Algebra 1. So let me just tell you a little bit about myself. First of all, I went to Shikellamy High School. After I graduated here, I went on to Kutztown University. I went there for undergraduate and graduate. After, or at the end of that, I ended up doing my student teaching at two different placements. One was at Hamburg Middle School, and the other one was kind of unique. I had the opportunity of student teaching at Kelly College in Tavistock, England. I was there for 2 months, and that was just an awesome experience to be able to do that. After student teaching, I ended up getting my first job at North Schuylkill Junior Senior High School, which is down in Ashland, Pennsylvania. I was there from 2008 until February of 2017 when I was hired here at Shikellamy and made the move up here. Just tell you a little bit about my family. I have been with my wife since we were 17 years old. We started dating when we were juniors in high school. And we have 4 boys that you can see here in this picture. My oldest son is this guy over here. This is Malachi. He is 8 years old. The next oldest is Ezra. That's this guy down here. He is 6. And then Gideon over here is 4. And then our youngest is Josiah, who just turned 1 in May. So let's jump into our Algebra 1 stuff here. So first of all, what we're going to be doing this year is called a flipped classroom. And basically the reason why we're doing this is because this will help us if we do happen to get shut down or anything like that. We'll be able to very easily transition to that without losing any time. So it's going to look a little bit different for those of you that are in school and remote learners. So first of all, if you're in school, your homework every night will be to watch a video and take the notes in your notebook, okay? That will be worth 5 points every day. In the next day when you're in class, you can ask questions about the video, and then you will also be working on the worksheet in class. Okay, so that's why it's called a flipped classroom. Instead of doing the instruction in class and the worksheet for homework, it's just flipped. So for homework, you watch the video, take notes, and then while you're here in class with me, you'll be working on the worksheet. Your classwork, if it is not completed by the end of the 40-minute period that we have here in school, that will also be part of your homework for that evening. So we got to make sure we're using the time here in class very wisely and just make sure that we're staying on task and getting our work done. For the remote learners, you will basically be doing the same thing. You're just doing everything at home. And then what you will do is email me with any questions that you may have about the video. Same thing with your worksheet. You're going to be completing that at home. You can email me with any questions you have on that. You can either just say, hey, I have questions on number 5. I don't really know what's going on. Or you can just take a picture of the work and say, I got lost on this step. Can you give me a hand on the next step? Whichever you're more comfortable with. Same thing, worksheet, classwork. In order for you to get credit for that, you have to take a picture of that and then send it to me on Google Classroom. For attendance, you must have the notes completed by 3 o'clock that next day. Okay, so you got to make sure that you're staying on top of that work and you don't let it pile up because you will lose the points if you're not completing that by 3 o'clock. Also, everything will be on Google Classroom. So you should have an email already sent to you inviting you to join the class for whichever period you are in. So basically just check your school email. Your invite should be there. Make sure you join that classroom as soon as possible. So what you want to make sure you bring to class with you every day, you got to make sure you have your Chromebook, make sure it's charged. Also make sure you have your notebook, pencil. We'll use rollers every once in a while when we're graphing lines and things like that, but not every day. And the calculator, we usually have things that we can share, but because we're not trying to share germs this year, basically, you will need to be able to get a calculator. I would recommend the TI-30XIIS. It runs about 10 or 11 bucks at Walmart. And if you do have an issue with purchasing one of these calculators, please see me. We don't want this to be a burden on you. So we can issue ones. We do have a limited supply that we can issue to students, just like we would a textbook. So they're all clean and everything now. So you'd be getting, a calculator that will be issued to you for the year that you would have to turn in at the end of the year, or you would be responsible for covering that cost, just like you would a textbook or your Chromebook or anything like that. And then also a water bottle, because the fountains are shut down. Same thing with the spreading of germs. The water fountains are not available. We are getting water bottle fillers, but for now, you want to make sure you have a water bottle filled when you come in during the day, so you have some water to drink throughout the day. So basically, the rules or expectations for the classroom. Obviously, if you are at home doing this remotely, it's going to be a little bit different for you. But people that are here in the class, the district is requiring masks to be worn throughout like the entire day. So there are some times built in for mask breaks, but during a normal period, you have to have the mask on throughout the entire period. Every student will be issued a desk shield in homeroom first thing Wednesday morning. So hopefully you can get some time to get used to putting those in the clips. So when you come into the classroom, you want to make sure that those are on your desk and basically ready to go for the period. You get out your Chromebook, open up Google Classroom, and while that's getting fired up, you want to make sure that you get your notebooks out so that I can check those and give you the credit for watching the video and taking notes from the night before. Going along with the spreading of germs, we want to make sure that we're just keeping our hands and feet, everything to ourselves. Be respectful of your classmates, and always want to make sure that you're coming to class prepared with questions and materials. And as always, if you have a question, make sure that you are asking. Don't let those questions build up and then you're more and more confused. Ask the question, okay? You can ask me in person. If that's uncomfortable for you, shoot me an email, send me a comment on Google Classroom or whatever. You have many ways of asking me questions. I know some people are just not comfortable with raising their hand in class. That's fine. Just send me a message on Google Classroom and we'll get you straightened out. Contact information. Like I said, the best way to get a hold of me is going to be either on Google Classroom or with email. And email, you can see it there, geiswhite@schickbraves.org. Parents can always call the school and leave a message. That's not really preferred because there's really no way of me to get back to you quickly. That's always going to take probably a day, where an email I could get back to you relatively quickly. So, but you do have that option if you need it. All right. So hopefully, I just wanted to go over a few things with you just to make sure that you kind of have some sort of expectations laid out for when you come back on Wednesday. So I'm hoping that we all have a great year together, and I look forward to getting to meet each of you and get to know each of you. So we'll see you on Wednesday. Have a good day.